Bienvenido, welcome, I'm Oni Boi, your favorite hobby tourist. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Hey, welcome in Evo Ball TCG. Welcome to the stream. I just started. It's a little later than I usually start. Usually I start a little earlier, but I don't know. I've been kind of like, I was busy, with like family and food and stuff like that. So I ended up being a little later than I usually start. I usually start at the hour, but it's was it 18 after the hour. Oof. But either way, but I was just gonna show a little bit of my game today. I usually try to keep Mondays like for just sharing my game, my project, my main project. I'm working on an action adventure game heavily inspired by Caribbean mythology. So in the game, you go island to island, helping people and creatures, and the creatures help you too. So imagine kind of like I would say, think like Zelda mixed with Pokemon, and then throw them in the Caribbean. Or I guess like an easier way of thinking of it, probably like just recently someone was talking to me. It's like, oh, isn't it's kind of like Kingdom Hearts? It's like, yes, actually a lot like Kingdom Hearts. So imagine Kingdom Hearts, but instead of Donald and Goofy, you would have these fun little creatures, these spiritual creatures that help you out. And all the stories and stuff are heavily inspired by Caribbean mythology. And here it is. Just like I said, probably like be kind of like chill, like a lot of people ask me questions on these days. On like Mondays is usually that kind of day where I just like hang out, work a little bit on my game. People could ask me questions like, "Oh, what is this? What kind of game is this? What's the feel, the direction, all that good stuff." But how are you today? How are all you guys doing today? I know right now, like I just started and it's a little later than I usually start. So I'll probably wait a little bit so people could start wandering in. I usually don't stream super long either way, but it usually takes like a few minutes for people to wander in to see if I am on today. He said it's not always like 100%. I'm not always on, but I usually am. I try to show up I want to say like every like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday mornings. I'll try. And then the afternoons is usually Monday through Thursday. Weekends, I rarely stream. Like I have streams on the weekends, but almost never. And then, what's it called? Fridays, usually in the evenings. I usually don't stream, but sometimes I do. Really depends. I really depends how it is. But either way, yeah, like I said, hope you guys like this stuff. If you're seeing me, like whoever watches this later in the day, I would love to see maybe like 3 emojis. I think it's so neat when people do this. So I want to see like 3 emojis representing how your day, how your week, I guess it was the beginning of the week, so how your weekend went. I would love to see that. And I want to guess. I want to try to guess. You don't have to tell me if I guess and like you're like, oh, that was totally wrong. It's this. You don't have to, but I think it's kind of fun to guess to see, hey, what could it be? But yeah, like I said, you guys could hang out with me while I work a little about my game and whatnot. And here I'll show you guys what it looks like. Here, I'll put it in the game mode for a moment and control it. Oh, let's move my hand out of the way, or ghost hand out of the way. If you're curious, the one with the horns is Oni Boi. That's me. And then the one on the left, that's Ghosthead. He does all the art. He works on the game. He does everything else. I do all the talking and I do all the playing. I do all the fun stuff. He does all the working parts. We actually share the same body, but like I like it more that way. All right. Whoa. So sorry. I did not mean to spin it like that. See, that's one of the things I gotta fix. I gotta fix the camera. There's a lot of things I have to fix. There were a few things I had before in the game that worked, but I changed a few things and now they don't work. So I was like, okay. So like one of the things I need to change, like obviously this is still early development of this game that I'm working on. The character, first of all, this is the demo character. This is like in the finished version. You're going to see it's going to be customizable characters. In the demo, I'll have this character, but like a finished version, more like the one for anyone in like the horizontal. She's on the right side. That's like the finished version, how she's gonna look. And then anyone in the verticals, you could see in the middle area. She's like the little character I put there. That's more like the finished design. So I'm so sorry for the coughing, but no, I want to update her to look like that. You know, because this is like the very early design that I did of her, which like she's fine. You know, she works. You know, but I want to fix her. Like I was like, one of the things, like she used to jump. She's not jumping anymore. Actually, wait, let me see. Okay, she does. She jumps outside of the controller. Like on the keyboard, I could make her jump. She used to roll too, but then it stopped working. I was like, well, hold up. I was like, I gotta fix that. But then I was like, wait, no, I actually want to update her before I fix it. So I want to update her first. So I'm gonna do that first. Then I want to fix her, like her animations and stuff. Because these animations are kind of whack, to be honest. I'm pretty sure I got them on Maximo, which is fine. You know, they're good to start, but I didn't like fine tune them. Because I was like, well, I just want to get this dirty, you know, I want it done. I want it just like moving. I want to see how it looks. Hey, welcome in Oliver Francisco 700 and Eva Gale. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm just showing a little bit of my game. Just talking a little bit. It's an action adventure game heavily inspired by Caribbean mythology. You go island to island, helping people, creatures, and the creatures help you out too. It's kind of like someone was talking to, they're like, oh, so it's like Kingdom Hearts. It's like, yeah, it's like Kingdom Hearts, but then instead of Goofy and Donald, you have these spiritual creatures to help you out. Or I could show you some. There's a few over here at the side. So sorry, it is a little sensitive still. I had to modify a bunch of stuff. Like I said, this is still like the prototyping phase. Now here's a few of them. They don't do anything right now. So like here, there is the yellow one. That one is a Scory. It's a little, it's an earth type if you're wondering, because there are elemental types. Kind of like I said, like, I guess think like Pokemon. Obviously Pokemon was my inspiration for this when I was a kid. Like I remember when I think it was Black and White came out, I saw that they did something outside of Japan. I was like, oh, that'd be so cool if they did something based on the Caribbean, because, you know, my parents are both from the Caribbean. And I was like, oh, that's my culture, and that'd be really cool to see, and you don't see that. But no, so that one, the Scory, is a little scorpion. I don't know if you could see him very well. Maybe I can make this a little bit. I'm so sorry. It's going to spin a little bit. Let me fix it. I'm so sorry. Did not mean. There we go. Make it a little bigger for you guys. There we go. Yeah, see, that's a little better looking, right? So we got Scory, the little yellow one. We got the little cat, which looking now, look at that. This is already busted. Look, it disappears when you overlap certain things. See? So I gotta fix a bunch of stuff. This is, like I said, it's very early in development. Also, I see, hello, welcome in Via Ruiz 58. Welcome to the stream. Hey, I'm just sharing my game. Like I said, we're just talking about a little bit. You guys can ask me questions. I can share stuff that I'm working on. What's the deal with the game? What's the feel? You know, different things, mechanics. You guys can ask me all that stuff. But no, like this little dude over here. The honeypot looking one. I don't know if you guys could see him. Oh no, you guys can't even. I'm so sorry. The verticals can't even check him out. The verticals, I am so sorry. Let me fix that. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make it spin. It says it's connected to the mouse. Oh, let me hold it. I'm so sorry. I need to find a way so it doesn't spin so much. So sorry. That must have bothered you guys like crazy. Because I just looked over at the horizontals and you guys can't even see the bottom, right? Hey, that's a bummer. Let's fix that for you. Which one is this? This, okay, that one. So this one. Let's move that for you guys. Okay, hold up. I want to make sure you guys could see everything on the horizontals. I thought I'd put it like that for you guys, but I guess I didn't. I'm so sorry. Okay, there we go. I think now you should be able to see a lot more. And then let's see about, I guess the top. I'm like, I just want to make sure. Let's see. Yeah, let's see that one. All right, I think around there, right? Is that okay? The no, not horizontal, the verticals. The verticals, I'm trying to fix the verticals. That's what I meant. So sorry. I kept saying the horizontal, but I meant the vertical. Because the horizontal, you just see my screen. With the verticals, I set it up a little differently, just so you guys could see a little more, I guess. Yeah. I think it's okay that way. The way I set it up, I think it looks better. Unless if you guys, maybe in the later, I can maybe make my character, you know, Oni Boi a little smaller. I could do that. Like his, like MySpace, a little smaller. I could do that in the future if you guys want to see a little more of what I'm doing. But I have it where it's like 2/3 of it is the game, you know, like what I'm showing you guys. Or usually it's drawings or whatnot. But all right, yeah, because I do, usually in the morning I'll stream games. In the afternoon I'll usually draw, unless if it's Mondays. Mondays I'll do more like devlogs. And maybe in the future it might change. I might do a little more devlogs in the future. But for now, since the project is still early, I don't really do as many devlogs. Okay, hopefully I don't make you guys sick with all the spinning. Yeah, see, like it's been there for a moment. I gotta find a way so it doesn't spin as much. That's really annoying. You know what I mean? Okay, so like I was explaining, you guys can see it now? Yes, you can. Perfect. Okay, this little dude, that one, that guy is an arome. So that's in the game. That's like your source of magic. And it's also kind of how you befriend the Oris, the magical creatures like Scory or Jameto, which is the little cat. The little cat's called Jameto. So this little dude, the little pot, he's not an Ori. He's not like, he's in the game, but he's not he is a magical creature, but he's not a spiritual creature. You don't bond with them. So it's a little different when you actually play the game, because it's almost like, I guess if you're talking like Pokemon terms, he would be, or it would be treated more like a Rotom or a Pokedex kind of thing. But instead it's like a magical source, like a source of your magic, where you release honey and you're able to fight with using honey. And what, you also have a weapon where it's kind of a board. It's more of a tool than a weapon if I really think about it, because you surf around on it. I have some sketches. I can show you some of those concept art if you guys want to check those out too. But I think we'll talk a little bit more. So we got that guy. I said the arome was like a little honey pot. His whole thing, he runs around behind you whenever you're playing the game. And I really want to, when the game is out, I wanted to have a couch co-op option where it would be like, I don't know if you've seen them, where it's like a little brother mode or like a sibling mode, where like you're playing the game, but then if a sibling wants to play, they would control a secondary non-important character. Like they help you, but they don't hinder you. That would be the little pot. So you would be able to play your customizable character, and your siblings say, oh, I want to play too. I could, they'll play as the pot, and the pot has its own magic, which is, it can shoot globs of honey. That's like the magic source in the game. Where the player, you would lose the ability to shoot honey, but you would still be able to skate around and attack with your board. So I think that will be really interesting. And obviously when I get to that point, I'll have like a bunch of like play testing. If you want to do the play testing, please join the Discord. That will be in there. I will put the Discord up for anyone who wants it. Hold up. I will put it up. I'm so sorry. The spinning again. Here, let's stop the spinning just for a moment. I got to figure out a way to stop that spinning. Let's do this. And then I'll put Discord for all you guys. Discord. For anyone who wants it, you could join the Discord. That's where and actually we're doing an event right now. Actually, I put it today, earlier today. I made an event. So if anyone wants to, you could win I have like keychains and stickers. So I was probably going to give away a keychain and a couple of stickers to the winners. I might do 2 winners. I'm not 100% sure. I'll see. But so in the the contest or whatever I'm doing, or like it's more like an event. It's not really like a contest, but in the event, I want you guys to do a fun meme based on, you know, whatever we're talking about, the streams, the games, the drawings that we're doing here. I want you to do like a fun little meme, you know, and put it on your Instagram, on your, oh, thank you so much for following three entity alt. Oh, okay. I get entity, because I was like, wait, what? It's like a 3. All right. But no, like I was saying, if you guys want to do that, so I want to see you guys do like a fun meme, post it on your Instagram or your, I don't know, you could post it on, what's it called? X or TikTok, whatever. Just use the hashtag delirium plus, and then I will find it at the end of the week. I mean, the beginning of next week. I will see it, and then I'll put them up in the Discord, and you guys get to vote who did the best meme. And then whoever gets the best meme, I'll probably give you guys a prize, and then like I guess my personal favorite, I'll also give the prize, you know? So hopefully you guys like that, and maybe in the near future we could do more. I really want to do a bunch. I want to do like drawing challenges, gaming challenges, all that stuff. I want to make a community where we could talk about games and all that stuff. Like I said, I call myself a hobby tourist because I'm in love with being around people who are motivated, who are passionate about different things, you know, art or whatever. Like different art is like great. Music, I know nothing about music, but I could definitely appreciate it. I'm usually more in like the gaming art, you know, the drawing art, that kind of stuff. But then I also, if you guys like fun gaming videos, I do those too. Usually with my daughter, Bingo. She also loves doing all this stuff with me. She doesn't really stream. Like she did like once. She streamed with me once. She didn't like it too much. But either way, we'll see if she wants to do another one in the future. But no, like I was saying, I was gonna share. Actually, maybe I should share some doodles, right? I think you guys want to. You guys wouldn't. Yeah, I think you guys would appreciate that. Hopefully. If not, I'm just like, you guys are like, well, I don't really care about your doodles, dude. But I will see. Hold up, let's do that. I'm gonna share a couple of doodles. Let's find. Hello, Monquest TCG. Welcome to the stream. I was actually just talking about my game a little bit, just like because a lot of people watch my stream later in the day too. I have like a few friends who usually watch it. Like they don't watch it live; they watch it later on. So I'm just like used to chatting. But how are you doing? How is your day? I know I saw you last night a little bit, and I was just gonna share like maybe some what's it called? Some doodles of my game. Like this is the game. Like this is my main project. This is the Ori's, the action adventure game. You go island to island helping people and creatures, and the creatures help you out too. It's kind of like after speaking to people, usually they're like, oh, so it's like Kingdom Hearts, but then replace Goofy and Donald with magical creatures. Like, you know, like they're like, or I guess like I'll show you them right now since you're in here. Excuse the spinning, because like usually when I connect it into engine, see, look, I'll load it up, but then it's gonna spin like crazy for a moment. I'm so sorry about that. See, it always does it. Okay, so here is the game. This is like a demo. Oh wait, I'm so sorry. Let me make that bigger. There we go. Just so you can see the whole thing. See, check it out. So that is this. Like I said, it's still early in development, this game of mine. And oh man, I'm like looking at the vertical. I'm so sorry for the verticals. You guys are not. You're getting to like the sky, right? Let me lower that for you. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you're watching on horizontal or vertical. I'm gonna pause that for a moment. Why is it I'm gonna fix that just because like I looked at it, it doesn't look right. Like you guys, like whoever it is, you don't see much of it. No, not that one. This one. I know, I'm like probably like dude, it's fine. Like, no, it's not. I want you guys to see what I'm doing. Here, there we go. Okay. Are you using Unity? Yes, I am. That's all right. Appreciate the early ideas. Yeah, of course. I love it. Like I was actually saying, how to for people to join the Discord, because I love, talking to passionate people. Like, it is so exciting to talk to passionate people who love art, like any kind of art. Like obviously my favorite art is like gaming and like comics and that kind of stuff. And I want to do more stuff like that in my Discord and in the channel too. I was gonna say, I could tell by the interface. Yeah, this is Unity. Yeah, it is good. I like it. I think it's pretty good. Like there's like a bunch of stuff I need to fix. I just haven't gone up to it yet. Oh, let me move, make that big for you. There we go. I'm so sorry for the spinning. It always does that because of the mouse. Wait, there we go. Oh, did my controller turn off? Wait. Hello. Oh no, I like Unity, especially as an indie dev, right? I love it. It's so good. Okay, what is going on now? My controller. Ugh. There we go. Okay. It had turned off, I guess. So sorry. It always spins. It's really annoying. I don't do it intentionally. It just, whenever I move the mouse, it goes crazy. It is so sensitive. I need to fix that. There's like a ton of things I need to fix. But no, so as you could see, I was just showing off the game a little bit. Obviously, like I said, it's an action adventure game. You do like jumping and stuff. There will be like combat. You have like a little surfboard kind of thing. And then like you like skid around and you're able to fight with it. And you're also able to use honey magic in the game. And it's also kind of how you befriend the Oris, so like the little yellow dude and the little pink one. These two are Oris. They are these, like in lore, they are these spiritual creatures that live in an alternate reality. And they actually don't like it there. They're constantly like fighting for their lives. Other Oris are trying to like devour them, stuff like that. So they come to our world and they love it here because it's a lot more relaxed, it's chill. But then they're not able to stay long. It's actually very difficult for them to stay long because they're more spiritual. They're more like energy based. Like, yes, they have physical forms, but they like fade in and out on like this reality and the other reality. So their whole thing is they bond with people or places or stuff like that to be able to stay in our world. And the thing that's unique about you're an Ishi. Ishi are people who chose to be loved by Ori. So it's like, you're not like a chosen one, but it's more like you chose to be a chosen one in that sense. So like they're at the beginning of the story, like at the tutorial, whatever, you'll end up doing kind of like a festival thing. And then the end of the festival, everyone who's participating becomes an Ishi. And then that's like the idea of is like, you're open to Ori's befriending you. So you're like, you're attract them in a way. So these are, like I said, there's a few of them. Here's an example of one. The little scorpion guy's a little yellow one. The little jelly cat, which I guess you can't really see that well because of the what's it called? There we go. Now you can see him a little bit. It was like, I realized the sound animation or icons were blocking him. You could see him. He's like really tiny little dude. But then this one, you could see him over here, the little pot. Here, I'll get a little closer so you can see him. This one. That little pot is, it's not an Ori. It is like a, I don't want to like spoil like lore. You'll see it in like when I eventually reveal it. But they're like these magical creatures that are a source of your magic. So they have honey inside of them. You can see it. See, they're like a little honey inside of you. And then like they run around with you and you kind of like command it to shoot out honey and stuff like that. So yes, you were like you have your weapon stuff. Did you do early 3D modeling for it? Yeah. Like these are, I did all of these guys. I made all these guys. These like, I did all of these guys. I made them. I made some of them on stream too. Like this one, this dude. Right now, because all of these are based on Caribbean mythology. Specifically Taino, Orisha, Yoruba, like those stuff. No, I don't use Blender. I use ZBrush, Maya, and Substance Painter. Those are the three softwares I tend to use. You know, like I like ZBrush for the how fast it is. Like it's really fast and fluid to get things down. You know, and then for Maya, I love like retopolizing it and animating in there. You know, it's usually you get like really nice detail in Maya. It is. But you could get it with if you get it as an indie, it is a lot cheaper. I don't know if you knew this. You could actually download it as an independent artist. And it's like it's not as expensive. Usually it's like I don't remember how much it is, but if you get it as an independent artist, I think it's like $200 a year, which isn't terrible, to be honest. Like at least compared to how it is like the industry normal. But no, so I do that one, and then Substance Painter for the painting. You know, like I like it for the textures and stuff. Like this little dude, I think he looks pretty good. You know, so like his whole thing, the little statue. These are little statues in the game, but the way they work is that there's an Ori, almost like a god or a deity. That one is connected to them. So whenever you interact with these, you're more like calling that deity. It's like 15 something 200 isn't bad. I prefer it over 3. Yeah, no, like I've tried. I remember trying 3D Max, and it was okay. Blender, I think I didn't like Blender, to be honest. I know a lot of people use Blender, but I'm not a big fan. It's very clunky, at least for me, because I'm used to Maya. But either way, like I said, so this guy, the little statue guy, his whole deal is like you go around in the world. It's like you have your party of 3 Oris in the game, and then the rest of them will be in town or like at your home. And then when you go to the statue guy, his whole thing, you take off your cloth. You'll have like a little cloth on you. You take off the cloth, you wrap it around him, and his eyes will open because he has his eyes closed. So in game, he'll open his eyes, and then he'll kind of like, you'll enter like a spiritual space, and then you'll see who's available to be on your team. That's early model, looks great. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it was like, I think they don't look bad. Like, I think they look pretty good. Like, obviously, I think for the demo, I probably won't change them. But when it gets to the final version, I'll probably have to update all of them. Maybe not the statue. The statue thing is fine. He looks fine. You know, same with the pot. The pot's going to be customizable in the finished version. This guy. You know, the little pot, the Aromi. Because it's like going to be 3 basic models. And then each basic model is like customizable, like little accessories and stuff like that. Think of it, I don't know if you played Monster Hunter. In Monster Hunter, they have the little cats. Think of the cats, how like they're kind of like customizable. That's how the pots would be treated. But then I could show you here. I guess I'll walk around a little bit just so you can see like the gist of the idea of the game. So in the game, yes, there's like the regular island, but then there's gonna be these kind of like portals that like open up. That's like one of your jobs as an Ishi. So these are like kind of like holes into the other dimension. Like I said, like Monster Hunter. It's like that's kind of like his whole deal. They run around behind you, help you out and stuff. And like if you had like a friend over at your place, because I want to have that where it's like the little brother mode. So you're playing as your Ishi, but then if you have like a brother or sister or a friend, like, oh, I want to play with you, but I don't have the game, they could actually control the little pot. So it would split up the game. Like them dying wouldn't affect you. You know, they would just come back after a little bit. Like it wouldn't hinder you, but they'd still be able to play and add to the game, which I think would be really cool to have that in a game. Like I've seen that in a few games, but it's so rare that I feel like a lot of people are like, wait, what? It's like, yeah. Like you control the little pot guy, which I think like, you know, your friends or whatever. But no, like in game, these little dudes would join you. Let's say like this is your team. You know, Scory and Jamito, the cat is Jamito, Scory is the little scorpion baby. But no, like, so in game, you'd be running around and they'd help you out. But no, like, so I was saying, this thing is an example. This cube is an example. It wouldn't look like this. It's probably going to look more like a doorway or like a crack in space. That's what I'm thinking. So its whole deal is that these are like holes into the Zemi zone. That's like the alternate reality where they live. So you like go in, and then it would be like the whole world would be kind of crazy. Like it wouldn't be like the tropical beach that you're on. It would be more like, oh, okay, like gravity moves differently here. Like when you jump like twice as high, or maybe it's super heavy and you can't jump. Stuff like that. You know, like floating rocks. Like, so like outside more on the actual beach is a little more almost realistic. Like, yes, there's magical creatures, but everything is treated more as like a little semi-realistic. Where in the Zemi zone, it's like every place has different rules and it's like they're randomized. I don't know if you played Dot Hack. That's like an older game, but it was like Dot Hack had these things where they had these dungeons instances that were randomized, and they would have like I think it was like five or six categories, and then the categories would randomly, you know, like it's kind of like a change. So I mean, like I don't know, like a fire category in like a I don't know if you remember, they would have the different categories for the worlds in like the different servers. It would be similar with the Zemi zones. So every time you enter a Zemi zone, you don't know what you're gonna get. You could enter one that's like, oh, it's all underwater. You're like, oh my god, I can't even breathe here. So you have to leave, and then you'd come back to that one, you know, with maybe an Ori that allows you to breathe underwater. Which I think stuff like that would be really interesting for people. So or another one's like a snowy place or something. But yeah, so it's like kind of the gist of how the game's gonna work. Is like I say, you go around helping people like on missions and creatures, and there will be like different things. There'll be like different activities. It's not just battles. There will also be like racing. For example, there's one character, his whole thing is he's like a little flamingo who loves running along the beach. I'll show it later, like the drawing of him. I haven't made him in 3D yet. But like his whole thing, like he runs along the beach. And he loves running up and down the beach. So I could imagine easily having like some kind of like side mission or activity where you'll able to race these creatures, you know, these little flamingos. So it's like, oh, I want you to race from here to here, and if you win, they'll give you something, or they might join your team. So here's just like another one of these little scory guys. That's like one of the little statues. Which is actually based on a deity. It's called Elewa from Caribbean mythology. See, it's like a little dude. It's just like a little statue thing. He has his arms in front of him. Okay, and then I was gonna show some sketches. I could like, oops, sorry for the spinning. I know. I really need to figure out a way so it doesn't spin every time I move the mouse. It's really annoying, even for me. And I imagine it's way more annoying for people who are watching this. Like, I can't even imagine, you know? Okay, so I was going to show a few sketches. Yeah. So I could show you a few sketches. Hopefully you guys like that. Oh, I guess I could show you this one off the bat. Hold up. I'll show you. What are you? Oh, I'll do it on the horizontal first. So this is the character. Her name is Sunny. This is just like a demo character. In the final version, she is going to be an NPC. She's like imagine in the game, like I said, you're an Ishi, but like she's been an Ishi maybe like a year before you. So like it would work well, like you know, like thematically, where like she's the demo character, like you're playing as the demo character, and then later when you officially play the finished version, it's her, and you're like, hey, I was her. I played as her in the demo. And it's like, well, yeah. This is great, man. Oh, thank you so much. But yeah, like, so this is like her thing. Like, this is, like I said, in the demo, you play as her. So then in the finished version, she's just in town as like an experienced Ishi. You're like, cool. You're like, okay, I remember her. So I think that'll be like nice. Where like, since in the finished version, I want people to be able to customize their own characters. If you're wondering age range, when someone asked me, these characters, when you play the game, they'll be like around like maybe 12, 13, 14, around that age range. Here, now let me look for some sketches so I can show you. Okay, I'll pull some up. Let's see. Let's go with... No. Okay, let me look. Here, I'll do Ori's. I'm just like pull up a few that I've already shared, obviously. Oh, actually, no, have I shared this one? I'm just like thinking, should I share one I haven't shared yet? Here, I'll save that one for last to share. Okay. I was like, wait, should I share this one? I was like, I haven't shared it yet, but I'll share the ones I've already shared. Just like to, how can I say it? Like, I guess like to entice people to stick around. So like, oh, what's this one? It's like, yeah, hold up. Okay. So I could share. You probably want to see the character more, right? Like the actual player. Yeah, we'll do, okay, I guess this one. Here's like I'll show you like a few of them. So here's like a couple of them. Here, I'll move her now. I'll move her back over here, make her tiny. I usually leave her in the corner just like as an example. Here, or in like the middle. I really love your art style and how it feels very alive with the characters. Oh, thank you so much. I wanted, like it's funny because when I was younger, I always felt like making everything like had to be dark and gritty to be like good. But then I think as I got older, I realized I really like cute stuff. Like I really like these cutesy characters. You know, like if you're wondering the dog one, that one's called Furbit. You know, like that one's his name is Furbit. It's like he's like a little, like he's like a tumbleweed kind of dog. Like you in game, you'll see him like kind of like floating around, rolling around and stuff. The little shrimp Ritmon, that guy, his thing is like he loves music, so he's always like dancing or playing music because they're all spirits. They in their world they don't actually have these bodies. So when they transfer over to our world, they kind of make these bodies similar to what they think, like they like about our world. You know, so like there are animals in the actual world, but these are like magical creatures. But no, so you got Ritmon, you got Piku, which is like the little jellyfish. His thing is like he's like I guess in Spanish un chismoso, where he's very nosy. He likes looking at what people are doing, stuff like that. Jamito, which you already saw, the 3D model of him. He's like this old deal is it likes to shapeshift and scare people. Kind of thinking like a Cheshire cat kind of feel. The little crocodile, that one, the dark gray one, that one's deal is it's actually, these are all based on different stories, but that one's probably one of the more unique stories, that it's based on a nun that was like a good person, but she was very lazy and she was cursed to be a crocodile. Hey, welcome in Stella Kitsune. Great to see you again. I know you've posted, actually you haven't posted in a little bit the art, which I always love it when you post art in the Discord. I was like, I don't think you've posted anything in a quick minute, but it's okay. I mean, I'll just like waiting for your next piece, which I think like the last one you did, what was, I think it was the one with the suit of armors, right? I think that's what you were working on. I was just like talking about my game a little bit. I don't have much updates. Like you know, my daughter Bingo has been sick a little bit, and also in the weekend we were doing stuff. We were like birthday parties and stuff like that, so I didn't get to do much. Yeah, the art is taking a while. Still working on the main character sheet. Okay. Because I always like it when people post and like, oh, like Stella's usually the one I see that posts the most. Probably Stella and Mr. Ghost. You two are probably the ones that post the most, but I think you post a bit more. But no, I was just talking a little bit about these Oris, and I was going to share more in a moment. Here, let me share another one. Oh wait, here's share. Oh, this is what I was talking about, the little statue. Remember, I was talking about the little statue, which you saw him earlier. You saw the 3D model of him. But yeah, in the game, that's how it's going to work. You're going to take off your cloth and wrap it around, so it ends up dressing them temporarily. The eyes will open, you'll be dressed, and then like you're, I guess like mechanically, you're allowed to go into your Pokebox or whatever to access your Pokemon. That's like but like thematically, he's the guardian of like the spirit world. So he allows you to be able to see your Oris even from a long distance. So yeah, and then let's show you guys another one. And you guys, you gotta obviously ask me questions and stuff. Oh, here's remember the little scorpion guy I was showing you earlier? Here's a little, whoa, that's humongous. Why is that so big? Here, wait, let me fix this. I'm so sorry. I don't know, wait, I'm assuming you guys are both on horizontal? Well, so I'm gonna do the horizontal first. And I'm trying to fix this. Why is this this is like huge. Why did it end up being so big? Which I don't get that, because they're around the same size. I try to make all the images similar sizes. So it's kind of funny whenever I see, I got put one thing, it's like tiny, but the other thing is like humongous. Okay, seriously, this is getting kind of ridiculous. Okay, yeah, I know, you guys are like, I can't see anything. I know. Trying to make it a little feasible so you can see what I'm doing or what I'm talking about. You're starting to see a little bit of it, at least the horizontals. I'm so sorry, verticals. You guys can't see nothing. And here, almost there. There we go. A character sheet, just like a character sheet of Scory. You guys could see what I was talking about. You know? Here, I know now the verticals are like, what is going on? I know, I'm trying to fix it. You'll see as soon as I get to that part. Yeah, I think I figured out a slightly better way to fix it. A lot faster, at least. Yeah, that's a lot faster. I gotta see how to fix this like in lightning speed for next time. Can't always be taking forever. So yeah, like here's this. I'll let you guys see for like a little bit, and then I'll switch it over. See, there's gonna be color variants too in the game. And they're not like rare. They're not like, oh, they're like shiny Pokemon. No, that's not really the point of the game. I don't want people to be shiny hunting really. The rarity will be more like skill set. Because in the game, like it's not like, not like Pokemon's like, oh, level 5, level 10. The game won't actually have levels. It'll be a little different. So their moves are randomized too. They'll have like a pool of abilities, but the pool is like randomized. And then depending on the creature of like how it is, like it has like a different percentile of like being a personality or whatever, will have different moves in their pool. So yeah, here's just an example of Scory. And then I can show you guys. I know I'm just like jumping around. I mean, that's kind of the days, like Mondays, like I feel like, unless the people are asking me specific questions, then I will do like more in the whatever they're asking. Oh yeah, okay, so here's an example of a few of the pots. Remember I told you about the aromas. Here's a few of the aromas. These are cool, man. Oh, thank you so much. Seriously appreciate it. You get to ask me questions too. So here's an example of the different bases. The one that's on the screen, like the 3D model one, is the Glupa. I don't know if you, oh, I guess the verticals, you can't see that. There we go. The Glupa is the base model, one I was showing you up. The Kasutri is like, it has like arms, but it has no legs. And then the Milore, that one is, what's it called? It doesn't have like anything. It just has like the bottom. Man, I love pods. You do? Really? I mean, they're like these like little assistants. They're like magical assistants. I don't want to go too much in the depth of the lore. Wait, not those kind of pots. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny. No, I don't. Yeah, I don't like those pots either. Thinking about it, I'm not into that kind of pot. Ooh, it could show you. I don't know. I could like looking for different things I could show you guys that are semi-interesting, or better yet said, things I've already shared. Because I don't want to share things that I haven't shared yet either. Because I want to leave some things for the future, and some things also change, like I want to show things that are not going to change as much. So let's do, Ooh, you know, I could do not this one. I know, I was like, wait, no. The player, well, the player ones, it's probably the ones people are a little more interested in. So I will share that one. This is like how the combos work in the game. Why is it over there? Okay. Here, I will make that a little bigger. Wait. There we go. See, this is how the combos work in the game. Where is, excuse me. Where's the one on the vertical side? Wait. We're not showing. Okay, hold up. What inspired your world? Oh, it's all, like I said, it's all inspired by Caribbean mythology. Because that's my culture, you know, like my parents are Cuban. I grew up in like, you know, with like that culture, and like I was more curious about it. You know, I was curious, and I started looking up the stories. It's like I said, it's all based on Orisha. You know, like Orisha stories, Taino stories, Yoruba. This is like a religious, you know, these are religious beliefs about spiritualism. And but then wait, why is it not showing up? Hold up. I want, like, these verticals, you can't see this. Why? Let me fix this. I gotta fix this for the verticals. Because verticals, you can't see this. Why? Where is it? That is very odd. Yeah, because like, it's just not showing up. Maybe if I switch to something else? I'm gonna switch to a different image. I want to switch to a different image. I want everyone to see it. I don't want only... Yeah, okay, why did I hide over there? See, that's like, these, it's funny because these are all the same image, so they like the same size, so they shouldn't go crazy like this. Okay, let's do... I'll probably go back just like a moment, just so I could show the combos to the verticals, because the verticals didn't get to see nothing. Okay, I'm gonna go, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna switch back to the combos. So hopefully, okay, why is it so tiny? Okay. Okay, I was gonna explain a little, I guess it's pretty self-explanatory when you look at it. You get the light melee and the heavy melee. Yeah, that's awesome. I don't think a lot of people realize, you know, like a lot of history and stuff inspired game development when gaining like ourselves do. Yeah, of course. Meant when games are like ourselves. Yeah, no, I understand like 100% what you mean. A lot of people, I feel like when you're making a game, you really have to take from everything. You need to take all bits of your life, different things, like different cultures. You need to take different experiences. And like I don't remember who it was. I think it was Satoshi Miyamoto. I think it was Miyamoto. I saw an interview and he was talking about when he looks for people to work with him, he usually asks them, what hobbies do you have other than playing games? But he says people who only play games don't make good games. That was one of the things he said. And I was like, oh wow. And like when he was talking about Legend, like Breath of the Wild, he said the person who did the design for the climbing actually did rock climbing. And I was like, that is so cool and interesting, and it makes sense. Hey, welcome in, Cappy. You lurking. It's always good. It's always good. I won't be streaming too much longer, to be honest. Like probably maybe like 10, 15 more minutes. I'm just like going over, talking about my game a little bit. Unless if people want to ask particular questions, I'm just like going like ranting. But then, okay, I was going to switch over. So yeah, like I said, the light melee, obviously you can see it's like an uppercut, like an upper slash, down like a short jab. And then the heavy one is like a wind up into like a throw. So that is the heavy, the light and the heavy melee attacks using the board. And then let's switch over to the one I was showing you earlier. So this is how the board, yeah, okay. It's so annoying that it keeps doing that. Keeps changing the size constantly. So let's do, okay. I know I'm fixing the vertical right now. I'm trying to like switch back and forth. So I'll do like the horizontal, then the vertical, horizontal, then the vertical. Okay, let's do. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So look, they almost. I know it's almost the right size. Perfect. There it is. Okay. So you see you as the character, and like the little Romy next to you. You throw the board down, and then you hop onto it, and you'll be able to skid around and surf around. And then when you jump off, the little Arome jumps off too. Ooh, let's see what Stella has to say. And with the Forgeables project, I asked some of my friends if they want to be part of the project, and they said they do want to be part of it as a character in the Forgeable. Oh, that's so cool! Congrats! That must be really fun. Like right now, it's just me. It's just me working on this. But I would love to get to that point where people want to like join in and stuff. That would be so cool. So I'm gonna keep sharing other stuff. Hold on, I'm gonna share another one. Like other than doing like videos with bingo and stuff, like it's pretty much just me solo with all this stuff. Everything I do here is just me, myself, and I. Okay, then see that was a lot easier. This is the projectile I was talking about. So in the game, the Arome is your source of magic, right? So like the honey, like you would kind of like summon the honey from it and then able to shoot it. The light ones are like 3 shots, and then the heavies is like one big glob that you just throw on top, which I think will be pretty cool. You know, I think, and that's like another thing a lot of people like in the game, when you want to like quote unquote catch your Oris, you know, befriend them. Some like depending, like sometimes they'll ask for like a challenge, like a gift. You know, you're like, oh, like you can gift them something. I don't know, like an apple. And then like, oh, I want to be your friend. That's really easy. Like, cool. But other ones will want to challenge you, like a fight. But then you don't actually battle them like traditionally with your weapon. In those battles, you have to use the honey. Like the honey is like more of like a deplete stamina instead of causing damage. So when you do, you're like, oh, I need to catch this guy. You're going to be throwing the honey and you won't actually use your weapon. You're able to skate around, of course, but you wouldn't be able to hit them. As soon as you hit them, it's like, it's kind of considered rude and they wouldn't want to be your part of your team. So like in Forgeable Forgeable project. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. But yeah, in mine, it's like a struggle of stamina instead of like hitting them. You don't actually hit them. You know, if you want to befriend them, as soon as you actually hit them, you'll lose the ability to befriend them. You know, that's like how it works in my game, at least. Because in my game, it's more based on bonds that you're making with these creatures, the Oris. You're not their owner. You're their friend. So when you go on missions, you have to actually ask them to go on missions, see if they're available, because they might not be. You know, like, oh, you want to go on this mission? It's like, no, I'm in town. I'm going to be like in town, I don't know, buying flowers. You're like, oh, okay. They don't talk, but they talk their own way. You know, they have like psychic connections with the Ishi or their partner, whoever partner they have, even if they're not an Ishi. My Forgeable proc depends on the Forgeable. You either feed them to befriend them, or they would need to be beaten in battle as a test of strength. Yeah, similar, but in mine you don't actually battle them. Like you kind of battle them. It's more like a game. Think of it like that. It's more like a challenging game. It's like, oh, if you actually hit me, then say, oh no, you're not strong enough to be my leader. You have to beat me without actually hitting me. Think of it that way. Like you have to like tire them out using the honey, which works in game because you use the honey as like your main source of magic, and it's like a magic like stunning. You're able to stun opponents with the honey. You know, that's like the direction I'm going with that, which hopefully soon I'll have the end game. Right now, it's like I gotta fix a lot of things before I can get to that point. Then, what else? Ooh, maybe I could show, because I feel like I should be wrapping up soon. But I could show you some villains, like, you know, like actual villain characters. In my game, not all the creatures are friendly. Some of them just are bad. They're just bad creatures. So I could show you a few of those. Here, I'll go into some rough. Which one? No, not that one. Like looking for the. There we go. Enemies. Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll show you this one first. So this, oh, why is he so big? Okay, whatever. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. This dude, its deal is wait, when I actually show it, hold on. Okay, I'll leave it up for a moment, and then I'll adjust it for the verticals. So its old deal is it wraps around other Oris, like other creatures, even people too. You know, so it's gonna wrap around people or Oris, and then it controls them. Like imagine like kind of like whispering in his ear, making it do things that it normally wouldn't do. It's like the whole thing is like it's like a character that manipulates people. I think I might start making a game. You should. Oh, also welcome in, Emily Smoke. I just need to know that you're in here. When did you drop in? I don't remember seeing you say hello. But either way, this is the game I'm working on right now. It looks like a worm on purpose, but it's not, Stella. It is actually a rat. It's actually a colony of rats, like a family of rats. So if you see the head, right? Like a distance out, I made it so it looked like a rat. I just joined. Okay. I was like, wait. I was like, I don't remember seeing you in here. But welcome to the stream. I'm kind of like wrapping up, to be honest. I was just sharing like a few things about my game. Usually Mondays are the days I talk about my game. Other days I'll usually just doodle and just like chat with people. Probably as I get farther along in my game, I will talk more about my game. But no, like, so this one is one of the enemies. I was showing one of the enemies in the game. This thing, it controls Oris. So the Oris are like spiritual creatures in my game. So it controls them, it wraps around them, and it's the whole thing. You can't, like, you know, destroy them. So if you, as soon as you try to beat one or cut one or whatever, they fall off. Each ball is just another one. So they're just like imagine they're just like, it's like this is the one in the front is the leader, and then all of these are, it's like kids holding onto its tail. It's like a little tail. So they're just like balled up, holding onto each other. So it's just like a bunch of them. So I think that'll be really cool in game when the first time someone sees it, like a distance, like, oh, what is that weird worm thing wrapping around somebody? It's like, no, it's not a worm. It's actually a colony of rats. So that's like the first one that I was going to show. And then I was going to show a boss character, which I think people will like. I think a lot of people told me she looks creepy. So it's this one is actually one creature. It looks like there's two, but it shapeshifts into two different things. The one in the front one, that one is more like a witch, because these are all based on the Caribbean mythology and whatnot. So this one is kind of like it's like a witch vampire that's made out of fire. So the one in the front is more the witchy one. So like it's the thing has like a lot of like debuffs and like AoE attacks, and it's like, and it shapeshifts in the game into people. You know, which I think will be really cool in town. You'll be like, oh, there's something weird with that character, and then like every time it's like a reoccurring boss that you have to like kind of like sniff this character out, and then people are like, oh no, it's the witch, and like it becomes the witch. You have like a little battle, it runs away, and it comes back in a different town. I would definitely love to collaborate with you with something, with whatever you mean. Come up with within each other's game. Yeah, and like it works for my game. I want to do that. I really want to do that with the portals. I was talking about the Zemi zones. I would love that. We're like having like special events and like sharing creatures from other games. I think it would be really cool, and I think it wouldn't be difficult to do. And like it would, you know, obviously like you wouldn't be able to catch them. They would be like, oh, they're just like these creatures. They're only for this area. You know, stuff like that. I think it'll be really interesting. It'll be really cool. And I know I've seen stuff in your project where, oh, I would like that. I think that'd be cool. Boss is really cool idea, right? No, like, so like I said, it goes around becoming like NPCs. So you always have to like find, like sniff it out, and it just goes to a different town after you do. You know, you like battle, or like just like different things. And then the other version, the vampire version, is like one that stalks at night, and like you'll see it out at night attacking people and Oris, and like it's, it kind of like absorbs their energy. Oh, my fortunes will be in there with mostly primordial legends and mythicals. Ooh, yeah. No, like I would love that in the future. I would love to do like I love, like to be able to do that, to connect with other monster tamer, games, maybe animes, manga, whatever. I think it'll be really cool, and it could be. I think you don't see that too much, just because of the idea of putting a character in a game is like tend to be very difficult. But the way I would do it, it's like more of an event, so it's like it'd only be a little bit. It wouldn't be like permanently in the game. It would be there for a while, and then they leave, and like, oh, what was that? And it's like a promo to go see this other game. It's like a cross promotion kind of thing. It'd be really cool to do that in the future, as things go along, obviously. But no, like I think, okay, I guess I'll show before leaving. I'll just show you guys the game one more time, just like me walking around the game, because I know some people joined after, and you guys probably want to see what it looks like, just like wandering around for a quick minute. Hopefully it doesn't spin too much. Usually it spins. I try not to. That's cool thing about mine is some worlds they aren't captured. Okay. Oh, like because I know yours is like they like live, they coincide with each other. They coexist with each other. Wait, what is going on? Hold up. That's really funny. Hold up. Let me fix this. Why did it not? Oh, that's funny. It didn't load the actual the game, that one. Okay. There we go. Okay. I was like, why didn't it not like I didn't load the right camera. See, it always spins. I so annoying. But yeah, here's as an example. I can show you a little bit. Obviously, the finished version, like I've said many times, is going to be a customizable character. This is the demo character. Kind of like Pokemon events where our limited dens. Yeah, I think exactly that. But it would be like collaborations instead. Instead of being like these event Pokemon, it would be like events to see other games. I think that would be really cool to see other worlds. Because like it'll be like a portal. You go in the portal, and then it'll be like this crazy world. Like, whoa, this is not the Ori's world. This is, I don't know, Monquest or Fortune, something like that. Just an example. And I think that'll be really cool. And people are like, whoa, this is like very different. And then they'll be able to interact with those worlds, obviously with the same mechanics as, Ori's. But it would be like, oh, this is really interesting. And I think it'll be cool just like to have that. And like I said, in these worlds, like these dungeons or whatever, like these instances, these portals, each world would be very different. Where like some would be, like I said, underwater. Some would be like a fire world. Some are icy, for example, because it is a tropical island. Or Project Sense My Creature Catcher is a web. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it would work with like not only games, I'd also want like maybe like animes in the future, or like comics. I think web comics would be really cool. Like different things like that. Even like TCG, like Monquest is a TCG. Or what's one I know that's like big right now, that's like gotten a little more popular. Elestrals. Elestrals is one. I could totally imagine the Elestrals being part of this in like the future. Because I know he that guy thing is, I don't know his real name, but I think his name online is A Drive. I know he is working on his own video game. It's a turn-based game. It's not the same as mine. And also his stuff is all based on what's it called? On Greek mythology. Where mine's based on Caribbean mythology, which is very different. But I would love to be able to get in touch with him in the future when my stuff gets farther along. But hey, do you want to do a collab? I think that stuff like that would be really cool. Obviously, those are farther along thoughts. Right now I'm still pretty early in this, but I think it's pretty good so far, and I'll share more of it as it goes along, obviously. But if you like that, please, like, subscribe, do all that awesome stuff that helps me out. Join the Discord, that also too. I'm starting to do, I actually just did my first event, so if you guys want, make a meme. Make a meme event where you post a meme that's based on the things that we do here. We talk about games, monster taming games or doodles, stuff like that. and then put the hashtag delirium plus on your Instagram or your TikTok or what else is the other one? X. That was the other one I forgot. Maybe I'll make a completely unique forge element for the collab thing. Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, that would be seriously awesome. And I didn't really talk about it this time, but I also am making, it's like a side project, this one. Like this one's the main project. The other one is like a tabletop game. That's like more of a side project, which I think also I want to do collabs with that one too. You know, I really want to be very open with doing things with other people and doing cross promotions in these like limited, you know, quantities. It wouldn't be like a straight up like, oh, these things combine. No, it's more like for an event or something like that. I think it'd be really good and it would work well for this kind of setting that I'm doing. But no, either way, like I said, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Seriously, I always appreciate when having people here to chat with. And I know people watch this later. Like I said, I have like a couple of friends of mine who usually watch this stuff later in the day, and like they just leave it on, like almost like a podcast style thing. And they tell me like, hey, I watched your stream, and I'll say, okay, cool, thanks, man. But no, like thank you guys so much for actually being here and chatting with me. I love it. You know, Stella, thank you so much. You've been here many times. I'm so sorry for this spinning. Thank you so much, Monquest, TCG, Amel Smoke. I know, oh, Kepi, I know you were lurking earlier. And who else? I think, oh, Ava Gale. Thank you so much. Oliver Francisco, Evo Ball TCG. Thank you guys so much. And then even Entity, you just followed during the stream a bit ago. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Seriously. Please join the Discord, like it, subscribe, do all that awesome stuff. See you guys later. Goodbye.